Hey guys, welcome back to another Conan Exiles video and the final Conan video of the year. Today we are in the Exiled Lands, on the Bridge of the Betrayer in map square E11, building a black ice gatehouse. This build is designed to sit on top of the bridge and protect entry to and exit from the Frozen North. This build uses the Less Building Placement Restrictions mod to allow building on the bridge itself. As usual, this video is indeed sponsored by NordVPN. Stick around to the end of the video to get a great deal on the best rated VPN service around. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off with black ice fence foundations, building up the basic shape of the gatehouse with the structure of the bridge. It's very rare I do builds like this on top of pre-existing structures or monuments, though I'm aware that it seems quite a popular thing to do amongst a lot of other builders. It's just something I've never really attempted properly, and honestly it's something I might have to try out more often, given how this build came out. I followed the basic structural flow of the bridge to create the gatehouse, designed to basically be a checkpoint to ensure that the threats of the Frozen North stay within that area. Next for the walls. After building the fence foundations up to sit a bit above the bridge, I then started to build up the black ice walls around the build. I built the walls up 3 tiles high around the structure with gate frames on either side of the build. I built up the side towers 4 tiles high, though many of these towers will end up being purely decorative rather than actual functional watchtowers, though they could be changed into watchtowers quite easily if you wanted to. I followed the build around to cover it with walls and encase the gatehouse in a protective layer of black ice, adding extra towers on the side platforms and door frames to allow access to those platforms. Next I started off on the ceiling. I placed pillars to support the ceiling as I knew I was going to run into some stability issues given the sheer size of this roof structure. The pillars also help to add structure to the interior, which will help to streamline the overall flow of the build. I covered the top of the walls almost entirely with ceilings, leaving a 5x5 gap in the central intersection of the gatehouse, over which I'll build the main portion of the roof. Next for the roof. This is a very large roof structure, though it is relatively simple. I'm aiming for roofs flowing down each wing of the build, all coming back towards the central 5x5 which will raise up in a pyramid style. As with a lot of my other larger roof designs, it's easy to just kind of follow the flow of the structure and come up with a roof design that actually works really nicely. I can't imagine anything worse than just a single huge roof on this build. It would really ruin the aesthetic and feeling of the gatehouse, and I think the design I went for works really, really well. I also placed 2x2 square corner roofs atop each tower, though I would later change the design of the rear and side towers very slightly to accommodate a side and rear catwalk to watch over the river and the nearby shore. Finally, on the front and rear of the build, I built some small structural elements to help build up the visual depth of the gatehouse. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. Approaching the build, I've lit the gatehouse with set braziers and hanging wall braziers, and decorated the gatehouse and the bridge with war banners. Entering the gatehouse, this build is designed to be very open, allowing passage for soldiers and adventurers into the frozen north, whilst also being packed with soldiers to defend against anyone not permitted to cross. Along with being a checkpoint, this is also a place of work and rest for the soldiers within. On the left and right sides of the ground floor are workshops where various resources can be processed and refined to be used in armour, weapons, potions and other various items. Each side also has access to the side platforms, which keeps the build nicely connected to the bridge it's built on. Heading upstairs on the right side we reach the dining area. This isn't really designed as a social area, unlike most of my dining room builds. It's more of a very strict, uniform place to simply sit down, eat food, and get straight back to work. On the top left of the build are the bedrooms. The soldiers within the gatehouse sleep in shifts to make sure the gatehouse is always protected, and the soldiers are afforded a small bed along with a privacy curtain. Heading upstairs from the bedroom we reach the catwalk. This stretches across the side and rear towers and looks over the nearby area. Finally, the rear gate allows access into the frozen north and towards the volcano, home to the many monsters this gatehouse guards the rest of the exiled lands from. And there we have it, a black ice gatehouse in the exiled lands on the Bridge of the Betrayer in map square E11. Thanks for watching. I wasn't sure how this build would come out, but I actually think it's turned out quite nicely, and I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all do have a great New Year's. I'll be making quite a large community post tomorrow, so do keep an eye out for that. As I mentioned earlier, this video is indeed sponsored by NordVPN. If you want to stay safe on the internet and ensure you can't be tracked by shady individuals, all whilst being able to access Netflix, BBC iPlayer, ITV, Hulu, HBO and more regardless of where you live, all whilst maintaining blazing fast internet speeds, NordVPN is the perfect choice for you. When you use my link or discount code, you can get 68% off a 2-year deal, which comes out to $3.71 a month, an absolute bargain price for such a great service that I use almost every day. The software is a small download and it's easy to use. One click and you're both connected and protected, and you have full access to the internet. Nord also has very strict policies on protecting your data, meaning you can browse in confidence. Visit nordvpn.org/eradyt or use code eradyt at checkout to claim this huge discount and get the best VPN service available on the internet, and also help me out a lot at the same time. As always, thanks to Nord for sponsoring the video. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to both follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the links in the description. Again, don't forget you can get 68% off NordVPN when you use code eradyt at checkout, or you can go through my affiliate link in the description and pinned comment below. YouTube is currently my full-time source of income, so if you enjoy the content and would like to help support the channel so I can continue to put out the best content possible, do consider becoming a patron. There are multiple tiers of support from $1 to $20, offering many different benefits from a mention in every video to Discord roles, and even sneak peeks of every new video before anyone else. The link to my Patreon is in the description, so if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to consider becoming a patron. On that note, a thanks to our current patrons Sammy, Sodialot, Randar, MK Pantheon, Shannara and Torn. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.